Remember Maria from last week's video? Her business is paying £200 a month into her pension, which is great. In our last meeting, she said she wanted £4,000 a month to live on from age 55. Sorry Maria, that's unrealistic. Putting money into a pension is great and can make up part of her plan, and that growth she's getting and the tax she's saving is great. But £200 a month is just not going to get her to her target. That's not me being a negative Nelly or dissing anyone's dreams, but me as the straight-talking supporter who can see the bigger picture. Because when you're inside the bottle, it's really hard to read the label on the outside. So in this video, I'm going to share with you how you can work out what you need to reach your retirement goals. Hi, I'm Claire, money coach and qualified financial advisor. For the last 14 years, I've been working in the financial services sector, and I run a successful financial services business. I'm here to help you walk into wealth enriched, empowered and excited. I've built my dream life and now I'm going to help you build yours. And remember, if you have any questions, post them below, because at the end of each video, I answer one viewer's question. If Maria's looking to use her pension money at age 55, remember you can't draw on a pension before then, whatever some shiny Facebook advert tells you, then over 25 years, her £200 a month will have grown to £190,000. Wow, that's epic. Now of that, £130,000 is growth, which is even better. But this size pot won't last her long if she wants to maintain her standard of living. This is only part of her strategy. She says she'll still work part-time and earn £1,000 a month. But even at £3,000 a month, this retirement pot is only going to last her 5 years, so she needs to be investing more than this, unless she can create another lasting income stream to fill the gap. Do you know how much you'd like for your retirement? Let's look at how much you need to be putting aside. There's a few ways to look at this. Option 1, how big a pot you'll need, and then work backwards from there. So if you're going to need £36,000 a year for 41 years, because the average life expectancy is 88, but 1 in 4 of us will reach to 96, you'd need a pot of 1.4 million. And to do that, you'd need a contribution of £1,500 a month. Option 2. What would you pay on a similar salary if you were an employee? If you were earning £100,000 a year, £8,000 would be going into your pension using a workplace scheme like Nest, which is around £667 a month. And that would give you a pot of around £634,000. Option 3. What can your business afford to pay each month? Now this will depend on your cash flow and how much surplus cash is sat in the business account. It can be any amount up to £40,000 a year. Wow, that's a lot to consider. But there's 2 other crucial things we've not looked at yet. One is, where is the money sat now? And the other is tax. You probably have questions. So ask in the comments below. And while you're there, I'd love you to share what you'd like to have when it comes to retirement. Have you thought about it yet and got a number in mind? Pensions can be paid into from your business or from your personal account, or both, by either a regular contribution each month or by putting in lump sums as and when you've got them. So if there is excess money sat in your company account prior to your year end, it can be a way to extract the money and reduce the corporation tax bill. Although remember, the money you put away, you can't access it for 25 years. So you need to make sure it's money you won't need as drawings, but it can avoid you needing to pay personal tax or income tax on the money you take out of your business. Now, if your spare money is in your personal account and your home finances are looking quite healthy, you could add a lump sum or a personal monthly contribution and get some personal tax relief on the payments, which means for every £100 you put in, £25 goes in free of charge from HMRC. Now, what about the tax? Well, as we've said, pension contributions benefit from upfront tax relief. But when you come to take the money, you can only take out 25% tax-free, and the rest you're going to pay tax on, like any other earned income, at 20%, 40% or 45% once you've used up your personal allowance. You know, that's the £12,500 you can have each year before you start paying tax. Now, if all of your pension pot is all in one place, that can mean you pay more tax than you need to. Plus, if your pension pot goes over the £1 million mark, you risk getting hit by the lifetime's allowance charge, which could result in a huge tax bill of up to 45% of the bit over the allowance. So how do you get the same growth is in your pension, like 8% like in Maria's case, but without the tax implications further down the line. If you're finding this helpful, then please subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. Feel free to share it with someone else who might find it useful. By investing some of your personal money in an ISA wrapper rather than a pension, you can get the same growth as your pension, but build a pot that you can take out tax-free whenever you want. You don't need to wait until you're 55, but you should aim to leave it in place for 5 to 10 years to give it time to grow. Now, there are some caveats with this. ISAs only accept a maximum of £20,000 a year from your personal account, and you can't pay in from your business at all. So if the money being used has already had tax paid on it because it was part of your salary or a dividend, then it could be a good way of putting your money to work for you for the future, providing you can tie it up for at least 5 to 10 years to allow for the ups and downs of stock market volatility. So where did Maria go on this? I bet you're curious to know. She increased the company pension contribution to £500 a month, which is affordable to the business, and she set up an ISA for £500 a month with a view to increasing it later as her business grows and she can take a larger monthly income. Now, this means her projection has her at around £951,000 in retirement, which will allow her the £36,000 a year that she needs until she's 82, give or take. She's got a manageable solution which works for her specific circumstances. She now understands her options and how her money can be used to work for her, and she's excited to be taking steps towards creating the feelings of security that she thought would just appear as she started to earn more money. And she's able to embody being a wealthy woman who makes good money choices. Okay, time for today's Ask Claire question, which comes from Andrea. If I've already maxed out my ISA this year, where else can I put my money so that it's not sat in the bank doing nothing? Great question. So you can put £20,000 a year into an ISA, each tax year that is, so up until April, and then your allowance resets. But if you're looking to invest more than this and don't want to put more in your pension, you could look at a collective investment account. You still get to invest in the same type of fund as your ISA or pension, but can invest in an unlimited amount each year. When you come to take the money from the account in the future, you may need to pay some capital gains tax on any profit that you've made, so that you need to keep accurate receipts and records of what you have invested and what you have withdrawn and when, and then tell your accountant so that they can make the correct declarations on your tax return. You don't pay any tax on the first £12,300 a year, so if this is your only capital gain, there won't be any tax. But if you've also sold a buy-to-let property or disposed of any other assets in the same tax year, these count towards your allowance too. So tell your accountant and let them do the sums for you. I hope this has helped you to take one step closer to that life you really want. So keep watching.